Hello, hello, happy Friday night. It is a no face Vicki night. I'll just wait to make sure you guys can see me. Straighten the camera out a bit. It's a mess everywhere. Hello. How we doing? Like I said, no face night tonight. Because you know what it's like. I've been cleaning. So what happens when you clean? I don't know. Can you hear me? My dad just called. I just called him too and told him I'm going live. I can't talk to you. Can you hear me? Good. Did you hear the phone just ring? And look at what my light is doing. It's going to give you guys a stroke. It is just a second. It's flickering. I'm going to see if I can't fix that a bit. You know, I wouldn't want to disappoint you guys and have my act together, because what would that be, right? So yes, it's a face-free Friday. Face-free Friday. Because I just went to try to fix my hair to go live, and it wasn't happening. So I'm like, my teeth are brushed and I'm dressed, but I've been working, organizing and cleaning, because I feel like this is my January now. Like I'm working on some weird schedule that, you know, we just got back last week, Saturday or Friday, from our 15-day adventure. We had our cruise to the Panama Canal in Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao, which was phenomenal. Amazing group of people on that cruise with me. And Rich, it was wonderful. I have to say that, you know, we waited for so long for that. The phone's connected. I usually put it on Do Not Disturb, but I did not this time, because I'm like, I just talked. The only person who calls me is my dad, and I just talked to him, and he didn't listen to me. But that's what happens when our parents start aging, right? I don't think he's with it half the time. So, unfortunately, right? But I went up to try to have some supper, trying to take care of myself, and feeding my adult child. And then I went, oh, my hair's a mess. I was trying to fix it. It wasn't happening. So I figured we'll be good. We can just have like a hands kind of thing. But how you guys been doing? How you been doing? I see that our friend Irene is having some issues that she's dealing with. So sending you lots of love, Irene. I am doing very well. We had a wonderful time. I came back. We're full on working on finishing up, actually almost done, my Christmas collection that will come out in Christmas in July. I'm putting my order in for the cut and paste collection, my last hurrah with American Crafts, and then my new collection with 49 Market's going to be coming out in April. I have been working on our plans for the mixed media, because I'm going to do, for our art journaling, mixed media art journaling, I'm probably going to go live twice a week for that one. And I kind of want to do some stuff. And then when I was sitting thinking about it, I really think that's going to be a good class too. So we're going to do some different things, but I've been working on that. And then I have some other things that we won't announce until January of 2026 that I'm working on right now, because we work that far out. It's crazy. Yes, I'm going to be at Scrap Fest in Kitchener. And I see so many of you. The Friday night class sold out in, I think, under an hour. It was crazy. Vicky's going to be there. Jennifer's going to be there. I love it. Who else is going to be joining me? So we're going to be doing a class with my new 49 and Market. It will be different. So I want to talk to you about what's coming down the pipeline, things that are happening, okay? So if this isn't your jam, just give me about 10 minutes before we roll right into the work. But I've been away for so long, I feel like I haven't had a chance to do a newsletter. It's just been crazy town, because I came home and then I had to fill orders for the store. It's a lot, right? When you're like a one-man team, at 1 1/4. Rich helps me, but just had to do all of that stuff, right? So let's talk about the things. So before I even read your comment, let me share the information, your comments. So how this is working is I have two collections that are coming out pretty close to each other, right? The American Crafts cut and paste. I see Paige got her product, so mine hopefully is on its way. And when I have that, I'll do a walkthrough of that. The collection's different than my other collections were in the past. So there are aspects that are this paper. There's paper. There's a paper pad. There is a project pad. There are no thickers with this kit, so it's very different. It's the SKUs kind of all changed. It was very much geared towards the Joanne placement, which I don't even know if that is moving forward. So with that, I am going to be teaching 2 in-person classes. I'm going to be teaching in Kitchener, Ontario at an event called Scrapfest. And I will be doing a album class that is like a flip book, kind of. It's different. It's just a smaller album class. And I will be teaching layout class. So those are not going to be the same classes that I do online. I will order extra of the album class because I know a lot of you will want to do that one, but it is just a smaller version, but I still am using the new 49 and Market collection with that, and I'm going to be mixing some other stuff with it, so it just switches it up a little bit. The layout class will be a combination of some of my new stuff from American Crafts, and I'm going to add, there's some Bo Bunny stuff that I really like with the release that they brought out as well. So it's going to be a layout class, but it'll be completely different than the one I will do as the Vicki Boutin event online. Okay, so to give you an idea of what's that mean class-wise, I will be teaching the same layout class in Kitchener, and I will be teaching that when I go to England, to Birmingham. I'm going to be teaching the same class. The Birmingham one will just have some additional stuff in it because it's an all-day kind of thing. And then I will be teaching the album class in Kitchener. But if you are going to NAMTA, the trade show, I'm teaching it there. I think that one will sell out very quickly as well. I will, like I said, grab or have a few extra of those album kits to sell. So if you guys can't make it to that, don't worry, I'll put some of those up, probably both of the kits. Those will be available. What the other thing that will happen is with cut and paste, I will do our traditional layout class, but instead of a full album, tell me how you feel about this. Instead of a full album, I thought I would do a tag flip book with that. A tag flip book. So it'll be the 10 plus layouts, which probably will be about 12 double page 12 layouts. So like 6 or 7 double page layouts we'll do with that. And then a tag flip book, and that will be us celebrating my last collection with American Crafts. So that kit will go up as a pre-order soon on my VickiBoutin.com. Then the other thing that's going to happen is when my new kit comes out with 49 and Market, the new collection comes out, I will be doing a weekend event with that one as well. So they're just all going to be different, right? It's going to be using some of the same product, but in different ways. So just so you guys have like what's coming down the pipeline, I just want you to be aware of that, right? That, yes, and there's going to be, like I said, we're going to be doing the art journaling. We're going to be starting that probably next week, and I'm going to do some posts. I'm going to share my schedule for that with the Friday night lives, and probably like a midday live. I might do a Wednesday, like 2 p.m. Eastern time live, so it's good for my friends around the world. And as well, if you're at work, you can just watch it recorded. But I feel like there's so much for me to fit in there that it'll probably be 2 lives for at least the month of March, which I think will be very fun. So those are just kind of the things that are coming down the pipeline. Do you guys have any questions? Because I'm not sure if that's clear or not. My brain is tired. My brain is always my brain is always tired lately. I think that I'm old, and I'm having a hard time with trying to keep everything straight, right? And then the other thing that is going to be coming, I'm going in this weekend to do it, is I'm going to be stocking all of the items. I have tons of stencils, lots of things that are going to be going up in the store, and Denise and I are going to do the grab boxes this week. We're going to be working on packing paper packs, like just tons of stuff, albums, like all of the things that I have, I'm going to be putting up on the store, and there's going to be a discount code. So it won't apply to classes, but it will apply to anything else that you buy. So just be prepared for that. That's coming. There's lots of stuff that's coming. And as well, for anybody that is coming to Scrap Fest, I will be bringing Disney albums and the vintage album that we did, and they'll be available there as well, so you don't have to pay shipping. Okay, so question, will the grab boxes have all new product in it? It's a whole mix of what it carry. They're grab boxes. Literally, some will be just mix of whatever is left over in my shop. So it could be stuff that is like or that leftovers from kit things. So maybe I have extra of the ephemera packs. There will also be ones that are from my studio that might have 2 stickers missing out of a collection pack or thing. So it's a whole mix, and it's literally gonna be one of those that I'm only listing them as box 1, 2, 3, 4, because they have to be ordered by themselves, because the boxes are gonna be packed, taped, and I'm gonna just number them. Some of the boxes will be kind of mixed media. They are ones that I've pulled stamps, stencils, mediums, and it's going to be one of those things. They're going to go so fast like they did last time. Last time I listed them, I think they were gone in 5 minutes. So it's going to be one of those things. It is whoever gets in there, gets them first, they're gone. It just will be one of those things. But there's going to be tons of stuff. There's going to be so much stuff that I'm listing. And then, like I said, I'm going to give a discount code, and we'll have a sale. So you guys can stock up your stash. I'm going to be pulling paper from all the collections that I have left. And they'll just be mixed paper packs. There's going to be so much stuff. Okay, so much stuff. And then the other thing I wanted to let you guys know is some of you reached out about the cruise kit that I just did. I only have a few of them because that product a lot of it was retired. So what I have is what I have. I'm going to go through my list of whoever contacted me first and send you guys emails, and those kits are ready to go. So I will be sending that out next week as well, and I will email first, and then anybody who reached out, and then if there's any left, I'll post them, but probably not. Okay, probably not. So let me see. I haven't read any of your comments, so I see that lots of you guys are sick. Oh, I'm so sorry. That is no fun, right? Kari, are you still sick? I thought you were feeling better. Is it still clinging? I didn't see what you guys said, so sorry that I missed it. And Natalie is sick. There's a lot of illness. My dad has been sick for like 2.5 weeks. Hi, Irene. Jose is sick. Kari's sick. Lots of you guys are sick. I saw Brenda. Sorry to hear about your dad. But I'm glad that his fever's gone and he's eating today. That's good news. What else did I miss? Can you give us a month when 49 Market will be released? April. I think it's around April 6th or 7th. It will be released when I'm at the show. So be watching, because I'll be doing lots of lives and fun things with that. It's beautiful. So my walkthrough won't be until I get home. So it'll be released, but I won't be able to do a walkthrough till I get back. I'm feeling fine, just a silly cough, yeah. And those always hang on with you, right, Car? And feel better, Natalie. It's not fun. But rest, because I know what you guys are like. And I think that's the biggest thing, is you need to take care of yourself. So with all of that being said, are there any questions? Did I miss any of your questions? Hello to lots of you. Hello, Beatrice. Hello, Victoria, Carrie, Kari, Paula. Hi, Wendy. How are you? Yeah, the album from the cruise was really awesome. So I don't think you guys are. I was separating um, my ephemera packs for my new collection with 49 and Market because there's so much stuff in them. I wanted to sort it because I'm going to be making samples and doing some fun things with that. So it's going to be really fun. Hi, Connie. Very excited. Connie's going to be coming to visit me at Scrap Fest. That's super exciting. Um, I just read that and so Sandy is ill too. Ugh. I'm telling you, when we were on that cruise ship, there was influenza A, norovirus, and there was COVID, and God only knows what else. So I feel like there's a lot of guck going around. So make sure that you're washing your hands, you're getting your rest, right? Just be careful. So anyway, tonight, this is what we're going to be doing. Some paint pulling. So you could do this. I have a couple different things. So when you go to the dollar store next time, buy yourself a squeegee. Because a squeegee, we're going to talk about for doing the paint pulling, which I really love this technique. And you can use different consistencies of paint, but you get the best result if your paint has some flow to it. So the more watery it is, the better. So if you have some Dina Wakley paints could work for this because I know hers are more of a light body. You want it to have flow so you can pull it. The other thing that's magic about it is it starts to soak into the paper, right? So it's very fun. What I found is I used Simon's, what do you call this? Oh my goodness, what is wrong with my brain? What is this called? Somebody help me. It was just there and it's gone. Poof, flew away like a butterfly. What is this called? This isn't a squeegee. What is this called? Oh my goodness. But it's not a squeegee. A squeegee is more, right? Scraper? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. So I tried it with this. And then I found it's not soft enough. So that's what I'm saying. Like this has like a softer edge to it. So I find it is a little bit more pillowy. So it will pull your medium a little bit better. A squeegee will work really well. And if you go to the dollar store, you can get different sizes, like ones that you can clean your shower with. So definitely worth adding to your creative toolbox is a squeegee. And I bought them. I just don't know where they are. And if you notice when I posted this was a little late, right? Was a little late getting it up there. So you want something that's a little softer, but I also want you to do this with me. So use what you have. So if you have my Art Wedge, which they're going to be up in the store, I'm going to be putting these up there so you guys can fill your toolbox before we start all of our mixed media stuff. I love this tool. It is a great tool. Palette knives. But you want something a little softer. If you have a old gift card, that can work. If you have a harder sheet of plastic, that can work. Just give it a try, right? It's a piece of paper in your time, so give it a try. But one of the most important things is the consistency of your paint. Because if it is a more of a fluid body, you can put just a drop on. If it's thicker, it kind of comes out like toothpaste, right? So just give it a try. Try all the things, right? I bought a lot of Vicki B at our Joann's. Yeah, that is a sad thing, Paula. I'm hoping with Joann's stores that what they do is they don't all close, but I feel like a lot of them need to close because they are not like set up as well as some of the newer Joann stores. So I feel like it's probably not a bad thing for them to, if hopefully they can do it, is close a bunch of stores, still have some open, build their online presence. But we need our crafting stores. I don't know where anybody's going to get fabric or all the rest of it, right? Will your acrylic paints work for this? Connie, if you have the new ones, the ones that were at Joann's, the ones that came out re-released with the, I should try them, shouldn't I? That would have made sense, but I'd have to find them. They will work because they're way more fluid than the OG, the original ones, right? Because they don't work really well on the gel plate. I got an email that I have to respond to. I'm going to put this out there now because I'm going to say it. If you bought the gel plate with my name on it, you are going to be set up for not for success. It is not a true gel plate. So I just want you guys to be aware of it. If you've noticed, I haven't gel plated in a long time, and I have never demoed or used the one with my name on it because if you guys remember the conversation we had about this, is when I got the sample to use, I told them, no, I don't want this to go out and I don't want my name on it. And I didn't have much control over that. So I just want you guys to know, if you bought that, everything in the box is great. The stencils, you can use the paints, but the gel plate is not a true gel plate. So I'm going to start using my gel plate again, but it is going to be the 2 OG gel plates. It will not be the one with my name on it. But I feel like I left enough time there that I'm going to start that again. Okay, so just be aware of it. Craziness, right? But like I said, I don't manufacture the product. I just have very little say in a lot of this stuff. My new world is oh my goodness, it's just like a warm fuzzy hug. I have to say that good things are coming, right? Good things are coming, but I almost bought that. Don't, unless it's on so cheap that it's worthwhile for the brayer inside, the stencils, the pieces inside, but there's not much I can say about it, right? But somebody emailed me and I have to respond to the email. I started it, but it's a tricky thing because people won't understand how the backside of this business works. And my name is on stuff, but I don't manufacture. So I really, a lot of times, don't even have a clue sometimes what's coming out, right? Well, in the old days. It's not like that now. It's a whole new world, right? So it's awesome. Did I miss anything? So we're going to get started. Joanne's has about 800, over 500 are closing. Those are closing, are in liquidation as of February 15th. Yep. And you know what? And I know you guys are going to go buy all the things, do the stuff. It's all on sale. All the rest doesn't really help any of the rest of us. Do you know what I'm saying? So you'll see if you post it in my groups or whatever, I delete it. I delete that. Oh, I just went and bought all these things, because what ends up happening is I can't put it on liquidation prices. I paid for it. I have to at least recoup what the costs were. And then every retailer out there that isn't a big box, right? So yes, go partake in the deals. I totally get it. I would be there doing it as well. But just be aware of that when you post it on the socials, is there's lots of stores that still will have some of those items. So I will delete anything, always have, right, for clearance and sale stuff. Just please don't post it on my groups. Go do the things, enjoy all of the deals that you're getting, but just be aware that some stores still have a lot of that product that they can't deep discount because they aren't in kind of liquidation mode. So just kind of be aware of that. Other than that, are we ready? So the color palette I went with is, because I told you guys I just got back from a cruise, and I printed pictures. I don't fall off your chair. I know. Can you even believe it? I printed pictures. So we were in, where were we here? My friend Heather is in this picture too with me. Look at these. Look at the colors in this. It makes me so happy. This wall just made me so happy. So we were in, oh my goodness, give me a minute. Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao. This was Curacao. And there was this amazing mural painted. And then there was this little shop that was really cute, and it had Frida outside. So I know pictures are printed. Pictures are printed for this layout. I just did it. I am so happy because I've been cleaning my space today. I'm setting my dream box up as a whole mixed media station so I can sit and gel plate and do all of the things. Setting up, like I bought some different die cutting machines and everything, and I just want it I can pull it out and use it. So I'm very excited. I have the hiccups, sorry about that. So, and then, and Heather, I don't know if she's watching out there. Don't be mad because the wind was blowing in this picture. I hope she's okay that I'm using this one. But I love it. We were laughing because the wind was blowing her hair all around. It was crazy, right? So I printed some pictures. So my color palette is pretty bright tonight. I am going to be using a yellow and a green. We are going to do paint pulling, and then I definitely want to go in here with some kind of black mark making, and my mark making I'm going to be doing with stamps, and then we're going to make a layout, and it's going to be really fun. And you could do, like always, any of this technique on a card. You would just do it smaller scale, right? You could also do this, and wouldn't this be fun? So one of the ideas, but I didn't want to get crazy. Wouldn't this be fun? And then put it through your silhouette or die cut. And I thought it would be kind of interesting if we die cut shapes out of this, right? Or punch them and then back it with another paper. And I thought that that could be fun too, right? Love those pics, Vicki. Oh my goodness, what beautiful colors. So happy with those colors. I know they make me really happy, right? Good morning from Perth, Australia. I'm excited. So we're waiting because I'm going to be back there. I think I'm coming next year, 2026. I'm planning. We're going to start working on it with Michelle to make that happen. I don't know where. We're going to pick somewhere. We're going to go somewhere that makes you guys happy, hopefully, but it's going to be good. So I'm going to do this on a sheet of foundations paper. Do you have to use foundations paper tonight? I'd say no, because you're going to lift most of the paint off when you drag it. One thing I want you to know is this is a little bit on the messy side because we're going to put paint down. We're going to take something, drag it, and when you're done, you're going to have a ton of paint on your whatever tool you're using to drag it. So you need to clean that all off before you drag the next one. So I have baby wipes and I have paper towels ready because it's going to be a little bit on the messy side. Okay, it's going to be a little bit on the messy side. But the plus is that it dries almost instantly because you're dragging all the paint off of it. The other thing that's really fun when you're using a fluid acrylic, so yes, if you have the Vicki Boutin paints, that's why I went on that whole tirade with the gel plate, is the paints that came in that box, the paints that came with that at, if you bought any of the new mixed media, they should work beautifully. They should work beautifully, right? So the fun thing is, because they're pretty translucent, is you're going to get a secondary color when you mix those. So just kind of be aware of that when you are doing the paint pulling. The fun thing is I could do purple and orange on here, and I'm not going to make mud per se because I'm going to pull all the paint off. If you try to take the paint that's left on here and drag it again, that's when you could make mud. If you're mixing colors that are across from each other on your the color wheel, right? If you're mixing two secondary colors. So you just kind of be aware of that, all right? So let's get right into it. Who's going to play along with me tonight? And what is your color palette? I'm very, very interested to know what you guys are up to. It's messy, but not a bad messy. Hi, Catherine, how are you? It's messy, not a bad messy. Okay? Messy, not a bad messy. And then we'll talk about the next step. Because this is acrylic, you can't use distress ink on top of it because the acrylic will resist the distress ink, right? Because distress ink has to have something to soak into, right? It isn't going to cure on top. It is a water-soluble ink. So you could use it and with a resist technique. Let's do some things tonight. Let's do some things. So I'm going to leave some open space and we're going to do something. Distress paint, give it a try, Carrie. Give it a try. And Carrie's super talented. I love the layouts that you share. Give it a try. I'd say it's more fluid, right? That paint is more fluid, so definitely do it. I think that, yes, it should work, right? I think, yes, it should work. I love that. Those are the colors you're going to use. So you're using some of the neons, right? Very fun. Okay, let's do this. So my idea when I'm going to break this page in the pattern is I want a pattern that goes on the right hand side and then a little bit that goes on the top left. So I'm going to swing my paper around when I am done doing this side, and I'm going to build on this side. I want some white space because that is where we can layer some other things. Because I just talked to you that distress, or pardon me, acrylic paint will resist distress, I'm going to show you that. I'm going to show you that live in person. So what I'm going to do is see how this is pretty solid. I'm going to leave some white space between these so I could go on here and layer some distress and let's see what happens. And then I'll also go in and stamp it. So let's do the things. Pamela, I think you'd be okay because really all you're going to do is be wiping it off here with a paper towel. As long as it's not in contact with your hands, you should be fine. But it shouldn't be too messy, right? So let's do it. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to go with one color at a time. And I'm going to put a dot. So make sure you shake your paints too, especially the fluid ones, because they can separate and then you could squeeze it out and have just some of the binding fluid, right? So it would be clear. So make sure you shake. Give it a shake. And then I'm going to put maybe a dab here, maybe a dab here. I can always add, right? You can always add, but you can't take away. Maybe a dab there, maybe one here. Okay? So I'm going to take now my art wedge, and here's another tip. So this is one of those things that you might want to play first with a scrap, because I want you to try two things. It does make a difference if what angle you put your dragging squeegee tool on when you do your paint dragging. If you put it up higher, your lines are going to be very thin and you're going to drag it down. They won't fill the page. The closer you put it to the page, you will get fatter lines. The paint will spread more because you're applying more pressure and the surface area is wider because it's closer to the page. So I'm going to do kind of an in-between with this. So I don't know, like 30% angle, maybe like a 30% angle. Let's go. And then we just pull and drag. So see, got that little line there, right? So I'm going to go, the next time I do it, I'll go even flatter. You have to clean that off. Could you redeposit the paint? Yes, but you won't get those little boops. Because what's going to happen is if I go to redeposit that paint, I'm starting on a straight edge. So you'll just get straight edge lines. Okay? Can you stamp on top of acrylic? You should be able to if your ink is like a permanent ink. So I'm just taking that little bit of extra paint off. I've got my wipes ready. Clean it up, dry it up, because I want this to be nice and clean when I go to do the next one, right? I don't want any residual paint. And now I'm going to take, I'm going to do one at a time. So I'm going to take this one and I'm going to go closer this time. So see, oh, look at, I'm a liar. I dragged it up the sheet, but that's okay. It's okay. It's just a piece of paper and my time. Looks like pea soup. Yeah, you should be if you have a permanent, like I'll use Archival on top of it. And we test all of the things, right? Give it a try. Look at, so that one is not as pretty. It was the first time I did it. So I won't go as flat this time. Drag that, wipe it off, and maybe drag down a little bit more. Ooh, I love that. What just happened there? Wasn't even on purpose. But I'm going to see. I'm going to put another dab of green and we'll layer a green over top, okay? Just a little bit because I kind of messed that one up. Well, didn't mess it up. It just didn't turn out how I had intended it to. But there, I like that. go. Make sure this is clean. And I'll drag that extra bit of paint off. And now let's go in with a little bit of the yellow. I'm going to clean up the green at the bottom here too, just so I don't pick it back up. Hi Teresa, how are you? Okay, there we go. What do we want to do with the yellow? Right here. Drop. I will do it a little bit more solid here. I'm okay with that, but I do want to leave some white space, remember, so that we can have a little bit of a resist going on. So I'm going to start with just those 3 spots, okay? And let's get in there and drag it. Ooh, I love that. See how it overlaps? And then we get this other color. Very fun. Something to be said too with wiping this with paper towel instead of a baby wipe, because when you use a baby wipe, you're adding more water to it, right? So I'm switching that up a bit. Let's go with this one. Drag that off. And then this one. Love it. I'm going to do another little bit of yellow right here. How you guys doing? Is anybody trying this? Let me know what results you're getting. The trip was phenomenal. We had a great time. To say it was a really awesome group of ladies. We had a lot of fun. Beautiful ship. Best bed I've ever slept on a cruise ship. Anybody else agree with me? That mattress was the best cruise mattress I've ever slept on. The ship was stunning. Just a different, like I said, if you've cruised before, Celebrity is a different vibe. And then they tell me that that cruise was definitely an older crowd because it's a bucket list one. The Panama Canal is a bucket list cruise. So it tends to mean the cruisers are a little bit older. So it definitely was the case. The ship was a little on the quiet side, which isn't a bad thing. But it was definitely, if you like lots of activity, that probably would not be the cruise you would have wanted to go on. Because definitely on the quieter side. But good mattress, yes. Beautiful shower. It was a huge shower, which is not something you get on a cruise ship. So we really enjoyed that. So now I'm going to do my pattern, right? On the top. So let's look. So I have a reference. So I did green, 2 greens, a yellow, a green, and a yellow. Yeah, it was really nice. Yeah, it was a very nice cruise. I just felt bad because we did have a couple cruisers that got sick. Because there was, like I said, cooties going around. And that wasn't fun, but it's been worse. Let me tell you, we've had times where it's been worse. It's the time of year. There's lots of stuff going around, right? Here we go. Drag one down. Just drag some of that paint off. Drag another one down. another. And then we'll do a yellow. There we go. There we go. And then it's definitely a fun one, and there's like tons of things you could do with this technique. Things that will affect it though, like I'm saying, if you're not getting the result that you're hoping or wanting to get, I think things that play a factor in that are what you're using as your squeegee or to pull the paint. If it doesn't have very much give, so let's talk about that. Can we break it down? If it doesn't have very much give, you might not get the same pull, right? The paint I'm using is fluid acrylic, Deco Art Media fluid acrylic. But the biggest thing is, right, is you want to use a paint that is fluid, is not very opaque, and has a lighter consistency, right? That's the key. So let's try that. I have one more paper here, so I'm gonna grab, I have some Ranger paint. Let's grab some different things. Give me a second. I'm gonna walk over and grab some things. I will test it for you. Okay, this. Do I have any Tim? Just a second. Timmy Tims. Yeah, that would definitely work. Timmy Tim. I was just trying to find one of the newer Vicki Boutin ones. I think mine that I have here are all the original. So I have some Dina Wakley. I don't know if I have any of the new paints. I cleaned up. I don't know where I put them. Let me look. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to grab another one. Some of these might be more fluid. But I have to walk around because I'm all plugged in. No, they're not. They're the OG. And the original were very thick. Awesome on the gel plate. The new ones are not thick and not awesome on the gel plate. But like I said, just because my name's on it didn't mean I got much say in anything. Okay, let's try the things we have. Did anybody try my paints? They should work. They should work. For this technique, they would be perfect. So let's take a look. Because I know that this is a helpful thing, because not everybody will have the same paints as I do. Probably not very. Who has fluid acrylic? Because you have to be messing around in the mixed media world, right? To have fluid acrylics, because not everybody would have those. Okay, so I have, here is a Tim. It's Rustic Wilderness. I have some Dina Wakley. And these should work, I would think. So let's do a couple of these, right? This should work. So let's put a couple Dina dots. Sucked it right back up. That is not as fluid, but we'll try it. Oh, the neon paints, Michelle, we've done this technique before with them. Will be freaking amazing with this technique, I think. So tell me what you're getting. You could add pouring medium in it. And what I'd say, it's Jose, right? Or Josie. If you have a squeeze bottle, you could put them in. You could add water, or water even, to your paints, right? So let's pull the Dina ones. Let's see how these work. I like that. And this is what I was talking about. Like if you wanted to use this on you can. You're just going to have a whole different look, right? But you can still use that, right? So let's drag this. But you see, when they don't have as much fluid in it, like they're not as watery, they just don't drag the same. It's not a bad thing, just a different thing. Let's try Tim's. Now this should work the same, because these are, ooh, brand new. Let's take the lid off. This paint holder, scrapbook.com. Scrapbook.com. I love their storage stuff. So this is Rustic Wilderness. I just grabbed one that I have, right? It does kind of looks like a little ocean items, right? See, this Tim's distress paint should work beautifully. Okay, let's give her a try. This is very fluid. So see what I'm saying? You need something that has some fluidity to it. If the paints are more viscous, meaning resist the flow, you will not get, I don't know, this, what would you call it? The same flow, the same control. Like these go way further just because they're more viscous, or they're more fluid, right? So let's drag this guy. See, that's what happens when you don't clean your brayer off, or your dragging tool. You deposit, but we can make that like we meant to do it, right? So I'm just trying to bring some lines across, right? Just art mark, because I made a mess when I dragged the first time. But this is only my test page anyway. So yes, those paints, Tim's will work beautifully with this technique. Okay? It will work beautifully. Yeah, distress paints will work beautifully. Dina's a little bit on the thick side, okay? Diane's, I think, are a little bit more fluid, right? They're more like Tim's, so Diane Reedley should work. But you know what we do? Like I did 3 sheets of just practicing. Looks like Niagara Falls. My friend Melinda's here, and I'm going to see her tomorrow because she's here from Australia, and she's in Niagara Falls right now. So she is only, right now, Melinda's 15 minutes away from me. Isn't that crazy? So I told her, when you get here, because she was on the cruise, is I will take you on a little tour, and maybe we can go for some lunch tomorrow. So friends, tomorrow's my mom's birthday. This will be my first birthday without her. I have had an okay week, but I still, grief, like I told you, is a crazy thing, and it just comes up and gets you, bites you in the bum, doesn't it? So what I have found is I've been good, but some days, right, I just cry. So that only happened once this week. And you would laugh because I was eating lunch and all of a sudden I thought about something and it made me think of her and I started to cry and almost choked because I was swallowing my lunch and then started having the sobs, right? The sobs. And do you not find like it's crazy that you can be a grown adult and things will hurt your feelings? Like it is the weirdest thing is that that stuff doesn't go away. It doesn't matter how, maybe we handle things differently, but just because we get older, we still will have those things that will affect us that you think that shouldn't bother you. You're a grown, you know what, adult, but you still can have things that just happen where you know, I don't know. And it could be, I just think I'm ultra sensitive about things too. But yeah, tomorrow's her birthday. That's why I had called my dad. I said, do you want to go for dinner for Mom's birthday? And he's like, that'd be nice. But then he goes, but I'm still sick, so I'm not really eating anything. I'm like, well, then let's wait. And then today is my father-in-law's birthday, who's also not with us anymore. Just a sec, I'm going to throw this in the garbage. So I have to reach out to my mother-in-law, which I haven't done yet today, because I totally didn't even realize what day it was. And then I looked at the calendar and I was like, oh, it's my mom's birthday tomorrow. It's my father-in-law's birthday today. My sister-in-law's birthday this week. So it was all just kind of crazy. Right? But I know she's with me. Like it's one of those things, right? I just miss her like crazy because she was awesome. So I wanted to show you about the Distress Ink Resist, okay? So I am going to grab a quick stencil so I can show you what I'm talking about. Let me get a stencil. Ocean eyes. Use this. We'll use this. What colors do we have in there? I'm going to go with something like I need more Distress Ink colors. I need this color. We need a teal, right? I need something at least that acts like that. Have you guys found another ink that is similar to that? Because there's still colors that I need to add to my collection. And a teal would be amazeballs, wouldn't it? So I'll use peacock feathers, even though really I want teal, like rich teal. I just want you to see the resist. So I'm doing it, if you notice, on the first sheet, or the sheet we just did. Sorry if you can't hear me because I have my back to you. Because this was an afterthought, right? I wasn't doing this. Yes, a deep turquoise, a deep navy, a peach, some more pinks. And the only reason being is because we scrapbook, there's colors we need to match, right? So let me see. Let's see what kind of distress we get with these. Or what kind of resist. So I'm going to go in. This is a repeatable pattern. And then decide where I kind of want this to live. I think there. So it might still pick it up. I don't know how much of a resist because we took so much of the ink off, right? We kind of wiped it off. So we'll see what we get. Okay. I just want to try it right now. Boop. So I'm going to take a baby wipe, but not a sopping wet baby wipe. You want to take most of the moisture off of your wipe. But do the inks act like Distress Ink? That's the thing. It still has to be a technique ink, a water reactive ink. I think Simon's do a little bit, right? But that's the whole thing. It still has to be a water reactive. So let's see if we can lift this. See, it will totally resist. So look how fun that is. So let's buff a little bit, but I don't want to buff too much where the ink is. I'm okay if a hint of it is still there. So, see? You can totally wipe that off, and then see, just be careful, but we can fix that. Oh, I wiped all of it off because it's distressed. It's water or foundations paper. So I'll put my stencil back on, but I wanted you guys to see that. Let's fix what Vicki just did. There we go. Maybe not. You guys talked about the ocean, and now I have that Ocean Eyes song is in my head. Why isn't this lining up? Isn't that weird? Like that one is not lining up at all. Do I have this upside down? Nope. Isn't that weird? Did I use it on the other side? I must have, because that lines up. There we go. So what I want to do though is see if I can't get like a hint of the color on and then lift some of it. So imagine if you put this on your page, but you left some little white skippity bops, like the little skippity boos on there. So I'm going to leave it. I won't buff it all off. Okay. So let's go in pretty dry. Pretty dry. See, if your paper towels, look how this is dry and it won't buff it off. But if I come in wet, I can lift a little bit more off. I love it. Okay, I'm going to take it off here. Sorry, super concentrating. Do you guys have questions? Okay, so it will resist. Like anything, you can't overwork it too much because you'll start to pill your paper, right? But I love it. Me too, Sarah. You could heat set it, for sure you could. But I want the resist, right, Irene? So I bet if you heat set it, it would not lift as much, right? You couldn't lift as much of it off. It won't be the same as if it was pure acrylic, right? Because it is pretty thin. But I love that. And because I am who I am, I'm going to watermark those ones now a little bit. So they're not perfect. So anywhere that I kind of made a mess, we'll lift it off. Let me get a piece of paper towel. Oh, I have a Kleenex. I'm just going to use this Kleenex just to lift. Just a lift. And I don't have to walk over. Oh, I love that. I don't want it too perfect. And the watermarking did that for me, right? I'm going to put a little bit up here. Want that to be somewhat straight. Next, I'll hold this up closer. My audio's glitching. Is it for everybody? Is the audio glitching for everybody? I never know if it's just where you're listening or if it's everybody. Okay, can somebody else, is it glitching for everyone? What happened? Oh, just a second. It's my dad. Can you hear me now? Sorry, friends. And there's no one here for me to tell. Can you hear me now? It's still breaking up. It's because my dad keeps calling me. So, I don't know what to tell you. And I work with no sound. It's better, right? It's because he keeps calling me. So I don't know if you guys are on delay, so I just need to hear, because some of you could say yes, breaking up badly. Is it still breaking up? For anybody who is listening, I did not put the do not disturb on. So some of you, it'll catch up. It's better. It's because he was messaging me and calling and leaving voicemails. So what ends up happening? So I would say go out and come back in, see what happens, please. Go out and come back in, and I'm going to keep working on this, okay? No, I think it's my father. The worst part is I just talked to him. But this is what happens when you get elderly parents, right? The only thing, like, if I want to finish, I don't know what else I can do because I'd have to end the video, right? But that's what happened. It's because he called. Let's see. Any better? Any better? I turn the mic off and on again. I'm going to do it again. Still sound terrible? I don't need to check on him. I called him already. But what ends up happening is he forgets. I think that he forgets. And he forgets that I talked to him already. So we'll just I apologize, that's the joy of modern technology. So I just won't talk very much. Okay? But I'm going to finish it. So I added the distress ink. I buffed it off of where we painted, and then I did some watermarking. Okay? And now I think it would be fun to add a little bit of black. But I'm going to show you two different options, okay? I'm going to put a little bit of black on this one, and I'm going to put black on here without the blue. And we'll see the two and which we like better, okay? I'm sure some of you out there are going through the exact same thing. It's on top of that he's in his 80s, but he lost his wife of, I don't even remember how many years. If my 60, I think there's 60 years they were married. So he is struggling, and then he's sick, and then the weather hasn't been good, so he hasn't got out of the house. So, and this isn't a beer. I'm not opening a beer, it's a pop. But it is hard. It is hard to be when the roles reverse, right? That your parents go from taking care of you to you taking care of your parents is tough. So if he calls again, it's going to happen again, but hopefully he gives us a break for right now, right? Yes, with my mama. Dada passed a few years ago, and she's just lonely without him, right? Yeah. They've been together forever. So it's hard. It's hard. So, yeah, you guys get it. So I have this Tim set that is very fun. It's media marks. I have these circles that I could use, but now that I use this, I want to go in with something linear. So I'm thinking that this is going to be a fun stamp. Just the dashes. Could you do it with a Sharpie? You could totally do this with a Sharpie. Dementia, cancer, and kidney failure. Oh my goodness, Poppy. Huge hugs. Huge hugs. That's a lot. That's a lot to deal with, right? Hi, Valerie. And it is difficult when the roles reverse, right? And then my brother, we are very good at sharing, taking care of my dad. Because I adore him. He's good. He's just suffering, right? But it's hard because we all are. We all are. So do you see what I'm saying? So when I want to go in here and I want to add a little black, and you're going to see when I layer this stuff on, I know I'm going to end up using the other one without the stenciling because I like how clean it was. Sometimes I like a lot of funk going on, and sometimes I love the white space and keep it a little on the cleaner side. But the little bit of black, I think, will tie my photos and elements in. So I want to go in with something linear. I don't want to go in with like a circle again because I find the size of this is kind of like a medium scale pattern. So I want something that's just small. So let's go in with some black with Ranger Archival. And I'm just going to use these little dashed lines, which, like I said, you could go in and do that yourself with a Sharpie. Oh, I love it. And we're just going to build some art marks. Got to figure out what's on my stencil or my stamp here. Because I'm depositing color where I don't want it. one here. So just adding a little bit of black on top creates depth, right? And then I will, because that is on top of paint, I think it is definitely worthwhile to go in and heat set this, which I will grab my heat gun before I try to start putting my photos and such on it. Okay. Now we have this one. Hello, Libby. But let's go in and take a different stamp. Let's show you where I'm going with this, because I'm so proud of myself. I have photos and I already decided what. Yeah, he was calling me. He's called, I think, at least twice while I've been on here. Even though I called and said, I can't talk, Dad, because I'm going on my live. I called him and, you know, but he doesn't understand. And Briley's here, but he's 2 floors up, so I can't even yell and say, hey, will you call Boo and tell him that I'll call him when I'm done? Question, will you need to heat set? Yes, as I just said that, Paula. I would say that it's probably not a bad idea. Let's see. Let's put something on here like this and see, will it pick up? Don't forget, the Archival is almost like an oil base. So see, it's going to set, but this cures, right? It doesn't dry, it cures. So I would give it a little blast before I start putting anything on it. But I want to show you what I'm doing, and so you can understand why I thought the black was a good idea. So printed photos, yay! And I know that these are going to go like this here. I'm going to do a little strip for my title. Is going to go up here. A little cluster is going to go up here. And then I have these pieces. Thank you. I am back. I'm back for a while. I'm not going anywhere. The month of April is going to be crazy town. But then I'm here until then. I'm not going anywhere. So that's exciting, right? So I'm going to do my title up here like this. So it says, life is filled with so many things waiting to be discovered. Life is filled with so many things waiting to be discovered. And then I'm going to put wander, because I'm on vacation. And then I have this fern leaf that I can tie the black in. Boop. There we go. Like that. I have that Pink Pony Club song is in my head. Pink Pony Club. It's in my head. And then I have a green butterfly that I want to put here. You know, if you know, you know, Vicki loves her butterflies. It's a moth actually, which is even better. So that little cluster is going to go there. And then I have these photos. This is how I had them. Kind of like that. I think so. And then a little clip. A little clip. What's next weekend? I'm going to do all-day movie marathon with the Mickey album. Yay! Yeah, next weekend. So yeah, see, I'm a liar. Next Saturday, I will be doing that. I think I had it reversed though. I did. When I was kind of playing around. I think I put these here. see if I can remember what I did. I think I did this. And then I have a little strip here. I love this. We need to make these again. I love this with a little grid behind it in the gold. A daily reminder. And it came down like this. And then that went there. And that's going to clip there. And then these ones are going to come up a little bit higher. Like that. That clip there. Make sure you guys can see. So have you guys been making very much lately? I hope so. I think the crafting part is so important, right? So you'll see this is why I want now some black in here and on here with this one, without the blue. And then that little guy can go here. It says details. Right? And then I thought these little guys can go here to pull that little bit of the pinky color in there. Can you even believe that I had photos printed for this? I know, it's crazy. It's crazy talk. Well, whatever will work, right, Noelle? I know we live in a crazy world right now. So whatever helps, let's do those things, right? Whatever helps, let's do the things. So I am going to, for sure, foam dot this. Foam dots are my friend. You made 11 projects last weekend with Scrap Shots Virtual Crop. I love that. That's the last mixed media you've done yet. Well, we're going to be remedying that, like I said, with our whole art journaling, because we're going to do lots of things. We're going to, what was I going to say? Lost my train of thought. We're going to swatch product, right? We're going to swatch product. We are going to, the other thing I'm going to be listing to, guys, that you guys have been asking for, and I've told you I have, are the Rolodex, right? The Heidi Swap ones. I'm going to be posting those as well. So I for sure want to pop some of this stuff up before I decide where the black's going to go. But how fun is this layout? Do you see what I'm saying? I'm not using any pattern paper tonight because I didn't feel like I needed it. I didn't think I needed it with all of this. And then I just want to get a stapler because anytime this is an acetate piece and I don't mess around with adhesive, I just get a tiny attacher and we'll staple that on. And then we just have to add a little black. And there's even a spot on here for journaling. Get out of town, Vicki. It's just craziness is happening. Pink Pony Club. Okay, let me attach this guy. And I like the linear aspect of the ruler, right? And then we can just go in here. Best thing ever, this tiny attacher. I love it. And we'll put one up here too. Like that, right? Put that back. And then we can decide where we want to carry some of that black in. So now, which pattern am I going to use this time? I don't have to do the linear one now. I could do dots. So we could do script, which I'm not feeling script. I have these ones from this Vicki Boutin set, right? The little art marks. Could go in with those circles, boop, boop. I could draw on here with the paint pens. Do you want to get wild and crazy? Do we want to do that with paint pens? Have you guys used your Vicki Boutin paint pens? I know a lot of you have. So this one is the sample one. Boop, boo, doo, doo. Sharpie. So what should I do on here, guys? Stamp or use paint pens? What collection are the embellishments from? It is this set. This is what I'm going to be using tons of because I still have lots of them in my shop. And I have to say, this is one of the best things AC did. I love this that they brought these back, right? That they brought these back. Go for the paint pens. Okay, let's art mark. So we could do, I'm going to do dots. I'm just going to go in with dots. So we got to get it started. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Everybody, everybody. There. Okay, so let me show you on this background. With our paint pens, right? So you could just go in. Oops, look at that. That's why I'm glad I tested it, because not much paint was coming out, and then I did that. Because I'm winning. So we'll pretend I meant to do that. So we could just go in, right, with dots. Like that. I'll do dots on where I made the boo-boo. Right, dots. You can do lines. Just like what's on here pretty much, right? Could do X's. You could do circles. Okay, whatever you want to do. Now, it will take a little while to dry, so I won't finish this, but you guys pretty much see where we're going with this, right? But I do feel like I'm kind of going to go with the dots. And I will move the photo. So a little pointillism is happening right here, which was one of my favorite art techniques. And I'm going to put a little bit under here, probably a little bit in here, maybe a little over here, and then some around this title, right? Yeah, I don't care about that page anyway, because this is the one I knew that I was going to be using. But I could stamp on top of that. You know we can't make mistakes. Oh, right there. But I'll cover that with my photo. Because this is wet paint, right? These paint markers are definitely big pools of wet paint. So you got to definitely give this some time to dry before you commit. So I will post the layout tomorrow finished, but I'm just going to do my art marks. I just want some black on here. If this scares you, you could go in and stamp. You could stencil with acrylic paint. Right? Stencil with acrylic paint. I don't want to get that I dragged through by accident. Let's move that. Move these over. So when you're doing pointillism, you want to have some areas that have more white space, and then some areas that you layer your dots a little bit thicker. So we'll get the heat gun out. We'll see if that will make a difference, right? And what's fun with the paint pens is they're very opaque. So you can put your pattern on there and it's very opaque. So I think we'll add a little bit here. Just make sure that you don't put your hand in your wet paint. Work from the top down. I'll turn my page to do the rest of what I need to do, right? That top part. The paint markers are definitely fun, especially the white ones too. The Poxa ones are great. I've put my hand right in there and dragged my hand through it by accident. It happens. So you just got to be careful. But I think that's where, this is where we'll know where the title's going to go. Because that's too high. So bring it down a little bit. So I think a couple up here. That'll be fun. And then some down here. Making sure after I just said all that and then put my hand right in it. Would not be a good idea, Vicki. So how was your week? How you guys been doing? What were you guys up to when I was away? Did anybody watch old Friday Night Lives and redo any of the older techniques? Are you guys working on anything right now? I will look at your comments in a second now because I asked a question, but then I couldn't focus on it. Yes, your Tay book. I love it. I watched a Cosmic Watercolor one. I love that. Mother's Day cards. So many. That's a fun one, right? Yeah, that's going to be a hard one this year, right? But it is, I don't know, it's just, like I said, with my mom passing, but the world just, it still just keeps on a turning, right? So I find that it almost makes it a little bit easier because there's lots of things to celebrate and good things that are happening. Okay, I'm going to stop there. I'm going to try to heat set these. And let's see if it's enough, because less is more. You can always add, but it's pretty hard to take it away once you get them up here, right? So let me plug in my heat gun. I think that plug works. Yeah, that won't even take long. Aw, thanks, Heather. I missed you guys too, right? Is Pink Pony Club in your brain now too? It is. Devin yells at me the songs, some that I sing all the time, and she's like, will you stop that? So the two songs that are playing in my head right now is that and Let's Get It Started. Let's get it started in here. That's the other one that's in my head. Don't know why, but it's a thing. I'm gonna put this stamp on too. I'm gonna put some of those little X's on there, plus signs. I'm gonna layer. a little bit. Okay. Oh, I love it. That makes me very happy. So it is not like it's, I am just making a mess with my fingernails tonight though. I gotta watch I don't deposit the ink that's on the tip of my fingernails by accidents. One more down here. So look at the little X's on there. I think that just created a little bit of depth, right? So for some of you guys, the stamping is definitely, if it makes you nervous, the art marking, the stamping might be something you want to start with, because it's maybe a little bit more controllable than the art marking that you're just kind of going, oh, where do I start? You could have even stamped first and then built around that. I'm wiping my hands off so I can put the pictures on now. And I will just give that ink a little bit of a blast. So that we can finish this. Yay! Any questions? Do you guys have any questions? Want to make sure if you do that I answer them, right? Okay, let's give that ink just a little blast. You feel brave with the stamps, yeah. I get it. I get it, because going in with a marker can be a little scary, right? So I warped my page a little bit with the heat. Let's do this. Okay, so we had our title. That's going to kind of go like this. Like that, right? This matters because I don't want it off the page. So this kind of determines, boop. That goes. And then we have our leaf. I know this, people are Sweet Rush fanatics. People love that collection, don't they? Okay, let's trim the top off of this. Let's do that first. I'm getting ahead of myself, as I do. And let's finish it. And that will feel really good because I have photos printed. I like this. And the colors are not what I would normally pull. So it's kind of fun. I'm going to stand up so I can do it straight. Question, is the tool you use to swipe paint hard or soft? It's in between. You can, there is some give to it. So it's not super bendy. You know what I mean? Not super bendy, but it is like a hard rubber, right? Which you want in these tools. You want it to have a little bit of give. Okay, so I'm standing up so I can see if I'm putting it on straight. And I'm going to start committing. Probably even come up a little bit. Let's see, placement. Boop. So yes, even if you aren't doing this live with me, I hope you get a chance this weekend. I think this is a fun little technique, and I feel like most people will have acrylic paint, right? So it is something you can do. I'm going to foam dot this whole thing. Oops. Crazy lady. I love that. With Ripley's Aquarium, yep, yeah, because if you do it, the blues, it can look like kind of like seagrass or something, right? Like that. I like it. Do, 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 do. Okay. What's that? I don't know if I'm... See, this is what happens is you guys are having conversations and I'm like, I'm missing what you guys are talking about. Hi, athlete. How are you?
Good. Are you done?
No, am I done? You can't... Do you think I'm just sitting here talking to myself now? Weirdo. Riley left you some food. Didn't want to, but he did.
I had some of those before I left.
Oh, did you? My dad kept calling me during my live and then my volume was going out, even though I told him, I called him before I went on here to tell him.
And he called anyways.
He did twice. And then the volume just goes off because I forgot to put do not disturb on. Did you call your mom or text her?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am not a tennis champion.
Not a tennis champion tonight.
Too much time off eating and drinking.
Eating and drinking on the cruise, right? Have fun in Cancun. That's going to be awesome. And off to bed. Yes, extra sleep will help. Definitely feel better, Nat. It's no fun. The stuff that's going around, all this gunk is absolutely no fun. I hope you feel better, my friend. So that guy's going to go there. Love it. Do it. Do it, do it, do it. Right there. Pink Pony Club. I don't know. Are you hitting the hot tub, Rich? He left me. I can't tell you the answer to that. Oh, I love that right there. Little cluster. So did you see the cluster? We have a linear element. We have our title. This piece goes off. So you got this little cluster going here. Our title. So it ties the black, a visual triangle. I wanted to put a little bit of that color up here. Sometimes we just make it work. Do you know what I'm saying? The colors don't necessarily go perfectly with these photos, but I made it work. Yeah, it's no fun. You feel better, Nat? It is no fun. I'm just like shocked that I'm not going to say it. I don't want to jinx myself. So what did I put on this side? I put these ones, right? And this daily reminder is going to kind of go like that. And then our little black clip is going to go there, like that. And then see the black? Do you see why I used that now? Does that make a little bit of sense? Because I'm sure some of you who was out there going, why is she doing that? I don't understand. I don't like that black. It's cockapoo-poo. And then that guy's gonna go there. Details, I love it. Yeah, I really like this one. Okay, let's commit. Let's commit. Deciding which photos is hard. It most certainly is. I just feel like the only thing that I feel is missing is I've put this kind of reddy color here, this reddy color here. I feel like I need something in there. I'm just not sure what it's going to be. Oh, I could maybe one of these hearts. Or not. I might not need it at all. We'll see. Yes, like rub-on, so wait. Wait. Till you see my 49 in Market World. I had a sneak around here. I was cleaning up today, so I don't know if the sneak is missing. Let's look. Yeah, my rub-on sneak is hidden. They're going to be so good. I'm so excited about it. Do, 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 do. Look. I don't hate that. Every time you do something that I don't quite understand visually, I tell myself that you have a vision and to trust the process always looks great in the end. I love that, Erin. And you know what? I love that you get to watch it come together. Do you know what I mean? I like that you get to see it start to make sense. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that's where you start to learn. Is then watching, and I love that, where you're like, I don't like this at all. Like, what is she doing? And then it starts to come together, and you're like, okay, I get it. I'm picking up what she's putting down. I did not sketch before. I just knew I wanted kind of like a little thirds going on, a little visual triangle action. So I kind of already had that idea. I was trying to figure out what is the easiest way to show this painting technique that I felt you guys could replicate. So I did that. I thought lines will be good if we do like a linear kind of thing. And it's a bigger piece on the right and a smaller piece top left. So that kind of gave me the idea of how the layout was going to be set up. Right? I knew that something would be going on up here. I knew I'd have more of the weight of my design on the bottom. And then I knew I wanted to do a title cluster because, you know, I like the clusters. And I think this was a perfect example of clustering. Just throwing that in a linear element. And then we have a kind of visual triangle going on, the black, but it still carries around. And then it carries your eye around the page by putting the black on there. And you know, sometimes it's a hit and sometimes I don't love it as much as the black. I'll tell you, I don't love it as much, but I can handle it. I think that I should have just went with the stamps and shouldn't have done the art marking because I don't love that. I would have liked it to have be a little bit more repetitive, but I can handle it. Because I don't think it's totally crap, right? But it's not totally crap, but it's not exactly what maybe I envisioned. I'm just putting a little, just to use a little bit of light and shadow there. My friend Heather. Yeah, I don't think it's gross. I don't think it's gross. It's just not exactly. Like I feel like I need to do something to quiet it a little bit. But this is too because a lot of what I do is totally on the fly. There's no plan when I come in. Like I almost was going to do this on Sunday and not today because I'm cleaning and I'm like, I don't really want to stop what I'm doing. But then I was like, but I miss everybody. And I said I was going to go live. So it was all kind of came together at about 4:30, 5, what I was going to do. And then I wanted to have a visual to put up on the YouTubes. So I did sit down and start doing the background. So I didn't really have a full plan on what the stamps were going to be. I just knew I wanted black on here. Right? Me too. Me too. I want us to get back into a regular kind of something. But I think that that little bit of red will be good. I'm going to put it there. The other thing I think would be awesome, if you guys are so inclined, is if you stitched across the linear element. If there would have been black sewing up here, I think would have been really fun. But I knew that that wasn't going to happen tonight. But I do think stitching would be very fun. But I love it. And like I said, I don't know. You know what I would do? That would make me super happy. Let's do it. Let's see if I can do what I want to do. I'm going to put some gold on here. This one I think is starting to dry out. But I think we can make it work. I think we can make it work. So I am going to, the paintbrush might not be super clean. And then this can be the last thing. So I'll show you. This is going to make me happy, right? So very much love this. I love the whole background on this. It's very fun. Now I'm looking and going, there's something missing, and you're going to see the before and watch what I'm going to do. So I took some of my gold glaze and I put water in it, and I'm making it pretty thick because I don't have enamel dots in gold. So I'm going to make my own kind of little, where I put those bigger dots, I'm going to make them gold. And I think that that will end up making me super happy. So you won't see this till tomorrow, because until this dries, it's going to, the gold won't show up because it is kind of milky. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to get crazy and put some dots, some little milk paint splats on there. But they won't look gold right now when I show you until it dries, when the moisture leaves it. But I think adding some gold, because it ties the foil, there's foil all over, is going to make this more my cup of tea. More my cup of tea. Now, you know, you normally wouldn't do this when your layout's done, because you get those gold splats on your photos, and we don't really want that. So you might opt to put the gold on before your whole layout is done. Yep. Yep. That layer on top is making me super happy. So when it dries, there'll be a little metallic finish to there. And it's going to make a difference. Yep, I love it. Now we're good. We're good. And I'm not flipping the camera around. If you didn't join earlier, I did not comb my hair. So it is a forward or over the top camera, right? When were you thinking for the event you wanted to there in Canada? 2027 is what I'm hoping. And now I just need to hire some people to help me because I will not be able to manage all of that on my own. But yes, it's gonna, because here's the other thing is I'm not at very many in-persons, and that's gonna be really hard. Because normally I would have Spokane, which is not happening. I was at She Loves Color. So my only in-person is have the cruise. I'm going to be in Birmingham, England. If any of my friends out there are from the UK. In July, I will be in teaching at an event in Birmingham. So yes, I'm just going to do my own thing. And we've talked about it. So I need to get that rolling. And what'll be fun is now that I'm associated with 49 Market, that we could do some fun things there, right? Yes, that I want to host in my area. Yeah, I actually need to go and talk to the venue I want to look at so that we can get it reserved and see what the costs are going to be. So I'm going to start working on that. That'll be one of the other things we're going to be working in. Hello, Julianne. And the other thing I want to do, I was actually said this to Irene, is I'm going to work out. I'm going to come back to, I want to come out east. So I definitely want to do an event, just a weekend somewhere. Either I come back and do where did we used to go? Either do something in Nova Scotia or do something in, oh my goodness, in Moncton. Maybe I'll come back and do something in Moncton. But I feel like that would be really fun. So I want to look at that. I would like to make that happen. I'm not going to Oak Island, Valerie, but I'll drop you off there, you crazy. But yes, I would like to do that because I think that would be a fun thing too, even for some of my American friends. It is some of the best people in Canada are definitely in those places, right? So I think that would be fun. Moncton or Nova Scotia. And then the cruise, oh my goodness, you crazies with that cruise was sold out in less than a week. And now there's a waiting list, right? Now there's a waiting list. When is your 49 Market coming out? Is April the 6th around? When I get back, I will do a full walkthrough of my collection because I can't wait to share it with you, right? I can't wait to share it with you. I don't think Ottawa. I want to do like Nova Scotia. I would like to do that, Nova Scotia. I just have to find a big event to go to, right? I don't even have anything planned for the US, right? Texas, but it's sold out. So I have to figure that out. I would love to come back to Vancouver, Carmen. It's people don't travel in Vancouver. It is a weird one. We never really got the numbers ever in Vancouver, but I feel like now we have a solid following. Wherever I decide to go, people I think would come, right? Yeah, couldn't afford the cruise. I get it, but let's just do a weekend event somewhere. So I need to work on that, right? I know it's not for everybody, but I'd go to all the places, right? You got into the Texas event. I'm very excited. I'm very excited about that. That one's going to be awesome. Wait till you see. So I designed something specifically for that event. There will be bonus extra kits because not everybody can go to the in-person. So be watching for that. be watching for that. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'm happy to be back. I'm going to cough. Sorry. Sorry, friends. I love the gold. Do you see that gold added exactly what I needed? It makes me very happy. I'm working, like I said, on the, I just have to put it into a Canva thing, but we're going to start. The next live is going to be starting using our art journals. We're going to start the art journaling. Okay, so thank you so much for joining me. Question: do you know when your weekend event? I don't know when the weekend event will be yet, Melanie, because I have two. So with the American Crafts, I'm just making sure it lands and when it's shipping. The thing with, so here, before I go, we'll talk. I'm just not turning the camera around because, like I said, I haven't combed my hair. I don't want to scare you guys. I don't want you to see what I really look like. We are going to have 2 weekend events. So I think, how do you guys feel if American Crafts, the cut and paste is in May? Can we do one in May and then one in June? Are you guys okay with that? One in May and one in June? Will you use your range or create from scratch for the art journal? I'm going to show you different art journals that you can use. I think I am going to just use one of my 6x8 albums. And I'm also going to use oh my goodness, what are they called? The Heidi Swap Rolodex thing. I'm going to use those 2 things, is what I think, because I want something I can punch holes in and move pages around. So, but I'm going to show you a bunch of different art journals, and I might use different ones. I might use art journal, my 6x8 album, and the Rolodex. That's what I'm thinking I'm going to do. And then, yes, I'm thinking for the classes. So I'm going to be getting the pre-orders up. The pre-order for simple stories. Vicki, brain fart. This pre-order up for cut and paste. I'm going to get that up in a week or 2. And then the other one can't go up until April. So that's what I think is going to happen, right? Is that I'm going to have to do the 2. I don't know which dates yet because I just decided it right now. But one has to, they need to be in May and June, I think, right? Because I'm going to have to get them out to everybody. That's the other thing, right? They have to ship and get out to everybody. So memory decks, yes. So lots of plans. Info is coming. I'm going to send out a newsletter with all of this in there. Hopefully you guys get them and read them. Lots going on. It's a lot, right? So it'll be good. Yes, all of the US ones went out today. They were packed up and Rich drove them to the mail place. And then the Canadian ones are going out tomorrow. I'm popping over there before I go hang out with my friend from Australia. So I hope you had a good evening. Lots of info's coming. Just watch for it. Everything's kind of up in the air a little bit until I have a better idea on days. But it's going to be good. It's going to be good. I'm very happy to be back. I hope you enjoyed this tonight. I hope you get some time to craft this weekend because it's, good for your mind, body, and spirit. So definitely take some time for you. Have a wonderful evening, a great weekend, and I will see you for sure next Friday, and there might be another impromptu one in there. So, yay! Have a great night. Sorry I didn't comb my hair for you, so I couldn't look you in the eye, but it really is what it is. I'm just glad I got on here, right? So I have to take my camera down so that I can shut this off. But here's a close-up. There's a close-up. You can see the gold. Very pretty. There you go. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, Melinda. And that's it. See, you see the metallic on there. Very nice. So have a wonderful weekend, friends, and we'll see you later.